there's no me, there are no judgments. Then there's no beauty, there's no ugliness.
There's no pity. There's no pity.
No beauty.
Beauty. Well, in that, it depends. We're back to words now. What is beauty and what is ugliness? You know, there are no opposites.
Right.
Beauty is one thing, and ugliness is another one. No, of course not. That only arises in the hypnotic dream of being a person in a world of opposites.
Okay. If you look at the flowers, for example, next to you, would it be the same to you to look at flowers or to a glass with a barbed wire? Absolutely no.
It's all.
It just
all
is.
But all that arises is new. I shall make everything new.
Right.
So the floor and the flowers are oneness arising, apparently. So that one doesn't have a better or more beautiful quality than another.
Right.
They just are all a celebration of wholeness.
I have a question. Why is the experience of separation or this I identity so reliable in humans?
In the human, so reliable.
Yeah.
Because the me has an investment in maintaining its life, so it has an investment in keeping itself alive. And it's fascinating to have the idea that it can make its life work. So there's constant feeding of the me through awareness and an effort to make the me's life work. My story trying to make my story better keeps the me in place.
And why does this happen to every human? It seems that it would be it sounded more like it's a random happening that the oneness decides to become separated as a game.
There isn't anything that decides to become anything.
But in the freedom of oneness there's separation, but why is this separation not more randomly spread? That some people have it and some people don't?
I can't say that it isn't randomly spread. I can't say that everybody in the world has an experience of being me. But it seems to happen, but that seeming happening has no significance or importance. It's only me that thinks it's an important energy. It's simply all wholeness arising as that, without any purpose of any kind. But that arising is only an experience out of no thing. Me thinks its life and the world it lives in is really important and significant. In fact, it's simply an appearance out of no thing.
I don't understand why it would be so reliable if it's
When you
just
say reliable,
well, reliable in the sense that it happens to every human.
what you're saying is that it's real.
No, but I'm trying to test the truth of the open secret against what I've learned to know.
But there's no reason why it seems that most people seem to have an experience really separate. There's no reason why that happens, but also it has no significance. It's only somebody who's invested in that idea and thinks they can do something about it that gives it significance. And the other thing me tends to do is, because that seems to happen to everybody, and then that confirms that somehow separation is a real thing.
So does it make sense to get up and live an ordinary life? Or
I didn't get the
does
beginning.
it make sense to get up in the morning and live an ordinary life?
No.
Or is it good to stay in bed and to be depressed to be very depressive all day long?
So all it is what seems to happen, including staying in bed or getting up. Neither have any significance. It's only again me giving significance to its existence.
So it doesn't make a difference to the world or the
Well, there isn't a world for it to make a difference to. The world is an appearance out of no thing. The world is no thing worldly. Me is no thing me. None of it has any significance.
So how do you get up in the morning?
I float out of the I actually float too near the room, and then Claire says, "No, look, you've got to look as though you're ordinary." I'm down to the ground and walking.
So, if I look at this body which I identified with Parsons, is this an hallucination?
It's a dream. It's a dream. The me energy is a dreamt energy. It arises in the dream of the story of me. The story of me is a dream. So the sense in the body that I am a person is a dreamt sense, or it's an illusory sense, whatever word you like. It's a make-up. It's a construct. The brain constructs an artificial identity in order to represent it and protect it from what that part of the brain sees as a separate world.
And the energy that emanates from you? Also illusion.
Sorry?
The energy that emanates from you. Is that
It doesn't emanate from me. There's no me for it to emanate from. All there is energy.
It flows through it.
In every form. All there is energy in every form. It isn't anybody's. If you want.
So, if the me collapses, would the picture be different?
Sorry, would
the picture I see with my eyes be different?
No, but what drops away is the illusion that everything is real. When me collapses, what drops away is the illusion, dream, that everything that is seen or feelings, whatever, are real. They simply become what they naturally are, which is real and unknown, because they are no thing appearing as this. All there is no thing appearing as what is. Feelings, walls, body, separation.
The dream of separation, is it experienced only by us humans or also
No,
by
only by
animals?
humans. Apparently, neuroscientists have discovered that the only brain that has the sophistication to abstract a sense of its own separation or a sense of identity is the human brain.
Do you experience emotions?
No, I don't. There isn't anyone here, but emotions I can arrive.
Right.
So how do you feel the pain?
How do I?
Feel pain in your body?
I don't feel pain, but there can be pain. There is no me any longer that takes ownership. Me is like a sticky bun. Everything that arises, it tries to take possession of for itself. So when pain arises, the me experiences that I am in pain. It's my pain. When that collapses, there's just pain.
Are there thoughts? Thoughts?
Yes, or just thought. Nobody is taking those thoughts on board. Nobody's taking possession of those thoughts and having a conversation with them. So thoughts tend to arise, and because they can't find anybody to talk to, they fall back and nothing. Thought is just nothing.
Do Peaceful.
Right?
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
When there's nobody to.
Well, there's no way you can describe it.
When the emotions arise, usually you say the emotion arises towards something.
That's
I
what
understand.
me would think, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sad about something. There is kind of relation to. If there is no me, so what is the relation to whom? Is
There's
the
no
relation?
relation.
But the emotions are related to something.
No, well, that's what you believe, yes. Because in the world...
What you have said, what is it? Okay, what you have said about that?
In the world of me...
Yeah. No, you. When the sadness appears to you, when the sadness appears in the body, or in this...
It would be about something in an apparent story.
Okay, so it is directed towards something. So it is kind of separation of...
Not at all. Not separate.
So what is sadness about it?
Arising in an apparent story, out of which arises in this body, let's say, sadness.
Right.
There isn't anyone who's experiencing either of those things. It's just an apparent story happening, an apparent sadness.
Maybe you don't like the word, but some people would call this detachment.
This has got nothing to do with detachment.
Okay, because there's nothing to detach from.
No.
Right. But in a sense,
Detachment is just another escape for me into a world of being separate from,
So you could
being
only-
even more separate.
you could only use the word detachment if you took the idea of me out of it, which is kind of not what it means. Yeah, all right.
I mean, there are processes where you can learn to become detached, or even deeper than that. Disassociation. Disassociation is a way that some people, is an experience that some people, some needs, think is a sort of enlightenment.
Okay. Yeah.
There's quite a lot of teachers who are directing people toward, or trying to, of course they can, towards a sense of detachment or disassociation, which is like escaping from life. This has nothing to do with that. When me collapse, everything, all there is life, full on, pain, everything arises directly without any burden, without any person.
The liberation, when this persona of yours faded away, was it instant or?
I think the actual final thing is instant. Well, it's timeless, because it's it's a dropping away of an artificially finite reality, and all that's left is the infinite. So you can't say it happens in time. It's the end of something that believed that time was real. Me believed time was real. Whereas like everything else, time is really alone.
So could there have been some activities, some lifestyle that you experienced before this dropping away? That's the first question.
Okay, so no, there is not, the word has nothing to do with the apparent illusion of there being an individual, or the way in which that individual behaves. It has nothing to do with the individual leading a good life, or what's called a good life, or a bad life, or meditating. Yeah. Obviously, because it's the end of an illusion. So the illusion might eat vegetables or meditate. It has nothing to do with the sudden end of that.
I'm asking this because yesterday after your talk there was a discussion about, so there may be people who experience this liberation by chance, and there was the idea perhaps there are other people who are rather in a certain way of teaching and in a certain type of method, if you call this bodhisattva or whatever type of meditation.
It's a teaching of a path.
Yeah. And so this then is absolutely useless. So there is no method and no one type of person or another type of person who would need some type of...
Yeah, all of that is based on the dream story of there being an individual who can take a path and move towards something else. That's dualism.
Yeah.
It's an illusion. It's all founded on the illusion of there being a separate seeker who can move towards something else called an object